The second session has five participants, presenters. The first one is Anushri Pandey. The second presenter is S. Muhammadun Nizar. Next is UK Kadlekar. Then the fourth one is Snegha D. And the fifth presenter is Sahaya George Dharati. I hope all of you are present and ready with your PPTs and you all do not have any other technical issues. I will hand over the session to the chair. Sir, please.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to the second technical session for the paper presentation. So in this session, we have 5 presenters and each presenter will be given 7 minutes. So within 7 minutes, you have to present the paper, and after that, it will be open for the discussion. You can present your paper with the help of the PPT if it is available. So let me invite the first presenter, Anushri Pandey, Assistant Professor, Naveen Government Girls College, Thakpapur. The title is E-Learning, the Present and Future of Education in 21st Century.
Very good afternoon, sir, and very good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, my screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Very good afternoon to all. I'm Anushri Pandey, and for today's presentation, my topic is e-learning, the present and future of education in 21st century. So, as we all know that education is very important, pivotal and fundamental aspect of human life. And it is a key component of socialization of human that molds their personality and prepares them for future endeavors. As rightly stated by Nelson Mandela, that education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to change the world. So, we can say that education is very important part of our life. So as we have entered into the 21st century world, which is known for its globalization, technological revolution, and internet revolution, so this global technological dissemination of ideas has also engrossed the education system to a great extent. Nowadays, we can see the technological dynamism and cyber infrastructure has been seen a steady spike. And this has also accelerated the computer and internet-oriented virtual teaching and learning, which we can call as e-learning. And this has come because of Industrial Revolution 4.0 that has given birth to Education 4.0, which is based on various tools-based education. So if we conclude that, we can say Education 4.0 leads to digitalization of education. And this e-learning and digitalization of education has been given great push during COVID-19 pandemic when all the academic institutions got shut down and the teaching, the pedagogy has been completely shifted to virtual mode of teaching and learning. So the objective of my paper is to analyze the emergence of e-learning through emergence of Education 4.0, to identify the benefits of digital education for students of new generation, and to study the government initiatives aligned with Education 4.0 and e-learning, and lastly, to understand the challenges imposed by e-learning on students and its future prospects. So in this research paper, data and information is gathered through secondary sources, newspaper articles, journals, internet sources, and various research papers and descriptive analysis of e-learning, Education 4.0, and new Education Policy 2020 document has been done to understand its impact, implication on education system towards regulation of online education and e-learning. So now we will see the emergence of Education 4.0, which has accelerated and motivated the e-learning across the world. So we can say that industrial revolution is directly proportional to Education 4.0. As the industrial revolution emerges, so the education system also changes accordingly. During in the industrial revolution 1.2, mechanized production and equipment power was promoted, and which has led to lectures and memorization of education, which was Education 1.0. Industrial Revolution 2.0 came with mass production assembly line requiring labor and electric energy, and this required high-skilled labor with high ability to read and write. So emerges the Education 2.0. Then Industrial Revolution 3.0 came into frame, which was automated production using electronics and IT. So here comes the computer, and the Education 3.0 came out with some sort of technology and communication, computer education within the education framework. And lastly, when Industrial Revolution 4.0 came, it came with intelligent production incorporated with Internet of Things and various cloud technology and big data, which has given push to Education 4.0, which is completely based on artificial intelligence, robotics, and various other technologies and tools for promotion of e-learning. And now we will see some of the components of Education 4.0 that has accelerated e-learning. So first component is competencies. So it requires the training and developing competencies among students and upskilling them. And it is very important to use technology. Here, the interplay of technology and education brings out the upskilling among the student. Second component is learning methods. So it is very important to incorporate new learning methodology that are highly grossed upon internet, cyber technology, and data science-based information. Third component is ICT. So as we all know that 21st century is the century of ICT. So it is very important to regulate the current advances in cyber world and its use in education system to prepare the future generation. And third is infrastructure. So use of innovative and creative infrastructure for increasing learning capability and engagement among students is very necessary nowadays. And last component is technology driven, which is greatly influenced by high interconnectivity of knowledge and information across communication at global level. As the globalization, as we have seen, the world has been globalized and it turned out to be the global village. So the globalization of education can also be take place through e-learning. Now we will see some of the aspect of digitalization of education. So it leads to cyber pedagogy, where the pedagogy is highly influenced by the technology, internet, and various website tools like MOOC and Moodles and all, which lead to personalized learning for the student, which makes them to learn according to their need, according to their time, according to their demand. And it leads to student-centric approach, which promotes among them collaborative learning. And third, it provides flexibility and free choices among them. They can choose the courses and they choose their courses according to their need, according to their demand. And e-learning also reformed pattern of assessment. It has shifted from rote learning to analytical and critical learning. And lastly, in e-learning, teachers plays the role of mentor and guidance to the students. And now we will see some of the government initiatives that are aligned with the Education 4.2 and digital educations. Like first is Swayam and MOOC, which is the largest digital platform for digital learning, and Swayam Prabha, National Digital Library, EPG Pathshala, that has provided huge content for the students of all the discipline. Sodh Ganga, E-Sodh Sindhu, E-Yantra, and virtual labs, and Vidhan. These all are some of the tools, some of the platforms that are provided by the Government of India to promote e-learning in education system. And the new education policy 2020 is the step towards strengthening education system through inculcation of various important features of 4.0, through inculcation of STEM education and various virtual reality and analytical blockchain and online assessment and discussions. Now we will see some of the benefits of e-learning. So as we have already seen, it is student-centered. Every student has his or her way of learning that works for them. And secondly, it provides flexibility. They can attend classes and courses anywhere with a computer and access to internet. It provides accessibility of courses 24 hours according to their demand, according to their need. And e-learning has created global knowledge. Students are exposed to knowledge shared by the instructor around the globe, which cannot be learned in a books. And a student can control their study time. A student may not have to sit for long periods of time. Lessons can be paused when needed and notes read at will. It provides chances for interactions and it promotes collaborating learning among students. Online courses may be less intimidating than the traditional classroom setting and could help to increase the students' interaction. And it is very cost effective and it provides better opportunity. Students are given opportunity to choose from various schools and courses. Now, after seeing all these aspects, now we will see some of the challenges that has imposed by the e-learning. So the sudden eruption of technology and digitalization of education had leads to digital divide among urban and rural students, as rural students does not have the facilities for proper e-learning methodologies. And secondly, technology has taken over the socio-emotional aspect of human that more adversely moving towards mechanization. And in this era of technology, internet, data science, and robotics, students usually suffer from information overload that inhibits their grasping capacity and that divert them from their respective chapters and their focus point. And institutions lack preparedness to adopt digitalization in e-learning, and especially that in rural areas. And due to lack of proper resources and bandwidth, mobile phones, computer and incompetency among students and teachers related to AI, that means artificial intelligence, virtual
Honestly,
reality. Yes,
now
ma'am.
you can conclude.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So we can see that e-learning has very bright future. Most of the students and teachers prefer and rely through e-learning methodology. So we can say that new education policy and education 4.0 and e-learning has strengthened and reshaped our education in according to 21st century demand and upskill new generations according to the demand of industrialization and globalization. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Honestly, you are from which state?
Sir, I'm from Chhattisgarh.
Chhattisgarh, okay. So actually, it is a nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
But what is the relevance of this topic, e-learning, the present and future education in 21st century to the Valdutainment, to the theme of our conference?
Sir, e-learning provides a new kind of values as values also changes with the time. So it provides new kind of interaction and collaboration among the students, and e-learning promotes collaborating learning among the students.
Okay, is it a part of your research work?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any more discussions from the audience? Okay, thank you. So the next presenter, Muhammad Nisar,
Good evening.
from the Department of History, Tiruvallur Government Arts College,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Namakkar.
Yes,
The
sir.
topic is micro teaching, an effective technique for learning effective teaching.
Sir, I'm Muhammad. Sir, I'm audible, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to getting this opportunity, and my research and title is micro teaching and effective technique for the learning and effective teaching. The micro teaching is a teaching training and faculty development technique for whereby the teachers and reviews of the recording the teaching session in order to the get the sir, can I present the screen, sir?
Oh, you can present.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, my screen was visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. My research and title is micro teaching and effective technique for the learning and effective teaching. First of all, I try to explain. Micro teaching is the teacher training and faculty development technique whereby the teachers and review recording a teaching session in the order to get the constructive feedback from peers, the students about the what has worked, the what improvement can made their teaching techniques. Micro teaching was invented by the 1963 Stanford University by Divide B. Allen and has subsequently been used the developed educators all form of the education. Micro teaching is the teaching technique to aim the prepare the teaching and the teacher and the students to the real classroom setting. Micro teaching can also define as a teaching technique especially used for the teacher pre-servicing education to train them systematically by allowing them to experiment main the teacher's behavior. By the help this technique, teachers and students can experiment and learning each the teaching skills by breaking them into the smaller parts of without encouraging the crowd classes. Will installing the this kind of teaching skills and to the students during the micro teaching, it was how to say it is reciprocal negotiation to the students actively presenting and watching about this kind of performance can make the great contribution to acquisition of the skills. It empathize the teacher can student can experience real teaching and teaching rules and it help to help this method offer the teachers to getting the opportunity to discovering and reflecting on both other teaching styles and enables them to learn about new teaching techniques. Pre-servicing teachers can benefit to the great extent from micro teaching applications. Firstly, they reveal the teaching facts and roles of the teacher. It is first thing, pre-servicing teacher to see the importance and planning, taking the decision, enable them develop the improved teaching skills. Micro teaching technique is an application in which recording have been made possible to result and developing technologies today. In today AV program, I mean audio and visual technology is an effective and reflective tool in preparing the pre-servicing teaching to the profession to teaching video recording, provide to pre-service teacher with the change the change the reflective teachers with the change the evaluating themselves by encouraging them more experience and convocations. Empathize that video tools support the reflective learning and stress that by help others these tools the problems of many occur in education process can observe and define, and it indicates the video recording can not only use the demonstrating model teachers behaviors but can also be used to the analysis for micro teaching. Using the video recording method in micro teaching applications to contribute to the professional development and the pre-servicing teachers are to identify the strength and weakness of improve their techniques. Since 1963, micro teaching has become a established the teacher training and many other to say universities and schools. Their training procedures to avoid the simplification of regular teaching learning process. It have to say it was classroom size and time, task and content are scaled down to provide the optimal training environment. The teacher to demonstrate the skill to practices and maybe leave the demonstration or a video presentation of the skills. Then the group members have selected the topic, prepare the lesson of 5 or 10 minutes maybe. Teacher and trainee then has opportunity to practice the evaluate is is use the skills practice take the form to the 10-minute micro teaching
You can
session.
conclude now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Feedback in micro teaching feedback is a micro teaching is a critical for teacher and trainee improvement. It is also information that the student receive the concerning attempt to the imitate the certain patterns of teaching. The build up feedback mechanism in micro teaching accurate the trainee with the success of the performance and enable the evaluate the improve of teaching. uh, in particularly how to say it, simulate the variation questionnaires using the audio visual aids and classroom management kind of the micro teaching work as a focused instrument which help the practice essential each skill safely and effective any ages. This paper describe the micro teaching as a effective learning technique for teaching and learning change the behavior with growth about the actively training or experiencing any age. When the learner is more experienced, learning become more effective. The most important quality of the participant and micro teaching session are also availability of given the receive the feedback on open minded achieves and teaching learning goals in education in increase the self confidence of the teachers and on atmospheres and the students for them evaluating improve the teaching. Thanking you.
Okay,
Sir, my
Mohan.
presentation was over, sir.
You have presented well.
Yeah.
But what is the novelty of this topic to our seminar theme?
Sir, I try to reveal the effectiveness of the micro teaching. It's very useful techniques and benefit for that.
So this micro teaching technique is used in teacher training program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whether it can be applied to the higher education level.
Yeah, it's can applicable in college teaching also, sir. It mean teaching techniques in kind of arts and humanities. You know, the history teaching and or various departments, sir. So
Okay.
I'm in history department, so
Yeah.
I try to reveal based on the arts and kind of the teaching. You know, the micro teaching. It's an effective way to teaching in history and kind of that kind of department, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
The next participant, UK Kedalkar, Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Hari Singh Gaul, Central University, Madhya Pradesh. Kedalkar? Is he present? Is he or she present? Okay. So the next presenter, Sneha D of the host institution. The topic is fostering a more conscious society and transformation towards sustainability through education. Sneha?
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Good
may I
evening,
present?
sir. Yes. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. Yes. Good evening, all. This is Neha of NEKC College of Education, second MA student. My title is Fostering a Mere Conscious Society and Transformation Towards Sustainability Through Education. So, the title means through sustainability education, what are the transformations we can give to the society through students by fostering uh, normal students and also non-schooling students. So first, education we all know as a good tool for change the society and also for achieving sustainability, and it is the key to moving society towards sustainability. And education is the only component of human development and greatest liberating force also. And sustainable with the human awareness and individual growth and development of each citizens can be taken through education. And it was said by Thamarasheri and also Tripathi and Roy in 2015. In the objectives of this paper, to familiarize the concept and role of education for sustainable development, and to discuss the aims of global citizenship education, and to analyze STEM education and its future concerns, to emphasize the importance of inclusive education in realizing sustainable development goals, and to find out the importance of language education. So, what is education for sustainable development? And the definition it indicates it seeks to develop the knowledge, skills, and perspectives and values of people through empowerment, and of all ages they have to assume the responsibility for creating and enjoying a sustainable future, which means it is also a appropriate educational program to educate people from an early age to reduce human dependence on natural and social environments. And ESD, in short, Education for Sustainable Development as ESD aims to improve the capacity and commitment required to build a sustainable society. For that, it needs the participation, activeness, knowledge of nature, equality, and social justice as its components. Sudak and Bizoy in 2014, they have said that stated the contents of education for sustainable development as it does not emphasize the concern for natural development but also social elements, namely human beings also considered. The future needs must be the human beings future needs must be met through sustainable development, not only environment education. And if we see the origin of sustainable development, the end of the 1990s, the concept of sustainable development has increasingly been a part of discussions in the field of education. And if you see the role of education in sustainable development, it found a high point. And if you see United Nations on the environment and development of Rio de Janeiro, this is the first milestone where sustainable development concept has emerged. And in their Agenda 21, it is a plan of action. In that conference, there were many chapters, but in that chapters of Agenda 21, there is a plan of action adopted at that conference. That is, the importance of education is emphasized, and it is given in the chapter 36. And in particular, it is focusing on promoting public awareness and education as well as listing recommendations of actions. And it can be done only through the school, and it can foster the students for the future betterment. And then the second milestone is in Agenda 21 were reaffirmed after 10 years later at the World Summit for Sustainable Development in Johannesburg. There also it was reaffirmed that education is the only tool to change the society for sustainable development. And uh, in General Assembly of United Nations, that is the fifth milestone. The fifth milestone in 2013 resolution of UNESCO, it plays a vital role in the concept of sustainable development education. And there is a global action program. It's not a plan of action program, it's a GAP, Global Action Program, was emphasized for 2015 to 2019 that education for sustainable development should be effect from 2015 through a UNESCO lead agency. And they have some principles also. They are the creating a favorable climate that will allow education for sustainable development. And they, from the program of action, the second action area is holistic transformation of learning and teaching environments. And third action area is development of competencies among teachers and trainers. And fourth one is empowering and mobilizing young people. And next one is promotion of sustainable development. But I'm focusing the third action area of development of competences among teachers and trainers. Here, 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development comprises integrated and indivisible 17 sustainable goals, as we all know, that balance three dimensions. They are economic, economic dimension, social, and environment. The four Sustainable Development Goal, SDG 4, the fourth one, it implies quality education to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So, in this SDG 4, all the sustainable and inclusive education comprises. So, that becomes the universal goal of education. And next, I'm focusing for that topic reorienting education. It is also a type of a component, we can say, to help people develop the attitude, skills, and knowledge to make informed decisions. And it is an approach of teaching and learning based on ideas and principles which underlie whatever the basic qualities or whatever the basic values we need in the society, not only individually, in the society, the values. Example, human rights, poverty reduction, sustainable livelihood, peace. These are all the most universal values which needed in the society. So, through reorienting our education, it is a knowledgeable start that we can foster these things through students, and for that, the trained, qualified trainers are needed for inculcating these societal values among students. And these are the five knowledge, skills, perspectives, values, and issues. Everything can be changed or involved in studying local as well as appropriate global issues in a democratic society, and which it can be given or it can be shared only by the teacher society. And then next concept regarding this is global citizen education, and the aim of this education is for transformation. In my title, it was given that transforming a society, transforming some the next future for the students for next future. So here, global citizen education is also building knowledge, the same values which I mentioned in the reorienting education. And here also, this global citizen GCED, global citizen education, citizenship education, is contributing much in governance structure, recognizing appreciation, multiple identities, critical skills, beliefs and values, attitudes of care and empathy, values of fairness and social justice, participate in contemporary global issues. The lacking one in the present society, and also it will be a crisis in the future concern, is contemporary or contributing the contemporary global issues. No one is facing or no one is including themselves in this type of problems. So these things we have to inculcate or we have to furnish or sculpted in the school itself. And concluding, and next I'm focusing on STEM education, which is also give must to the students, which is focusing as the four pillars of our economy. I'm concluding. And SDG 4, according to SDG 4, my concept is the importance of language learning, which is promoting their skills, knowledge, values, everything. Language learning can be implemented. In the words of Tamil poet Thiruvalluvar, he has said that knowledge can be spread by expressing the thoughts, which can be communicated with the language only. Through language only, everything is happening, which is the first germinating one from the childhood itself. So the value of, I think the I not I think I'm I'm suggesting that language can improve the cognitive development and the positive attitudes of students, even of both school going and not school going, who are, as I represented earlier, as child with conflict in law. So they can also improve these things if trained for profitably. Sorry, if trained, yeah, profitably. And the benefits of this, it enhance problem solving skills. All the listed 8 benefits. These are the few benefits which is getting from the language education. And my concept is, through inclusive education, to discover sustainability education is not only for the school going students, it is also for the exceptional too. And from by giving inclusive education to the exceptional students, they bring social transformation in the 21st century. There is no roadmap to prescribe this is only for school going students. So delinquents and wild language skills, it build our young nation. It build the young future students as the pillars of our society. So the core vision of empowering our future generation is to be morally, ethically, intellectually strong with a learner-centric approach. Means the delinquents also a learner, a society learner. So concerning them, I'm concluding with the statement of Albert Einstein. You cannot solve a problem with same mindset that created it. So mindset is the one which we can change, and the good decision can be made by them. For that, we need these type of educations to be fostered to the students in the future concerns. Thank you, and these are the reference for further reading. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sneha. So presented well. So what message you convey to the education by the presentation of this topic?
Sir, I intend to say that
What message you are going to convey?
inclusive
Hmm.
yeah, I want to education. There is a specific word, transformation. But transforming only the former student who is taking schooling from the student, it's not only a transformation in the student community, sir. There is a group which is the exceptional, and there is a group which is a different community in juvenile home as delinquents, and the children who has conflict with law. No policies are in written format, but no plan of action to emphasize or to establish good future concern for those communities. So I'm saying, I'm recommending that through inclusive education itself, they will be getting enough care and schooling or any educational processes through this. I'm expecting. That's the message, sir, from my side.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The next presenter, Sahaya George Dharadi, research scholar, MS University, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu.
Oh, thank you.
Sahaya George.
Nice.
Sahaya George, is there Sahaya George? Hello. So, okay, I think we have only 3 presenters, Anusri Pandey, Muhammad Asaruddin, and Sneha. So 3 presenters have presented their paper well with the PowerPoint. But the theme should be more relevant to the conference theme. You presented well e-learning, micro-teaching, and fostering more conscious society and transformation through sustainability through education. While preparing the PowerPoint, you don't use all the text into the PowerPoint. You have to minimize the word. That is that while seeing your PowerPoint, the audience should get a curiosity towards knowing the information what you are going to present. So this is a point I want to tell. So anyway, nice presentation. Thank you all.